Stop scrolling right now because what you are about to hear will completely change the way you see Jennie forever. This is not the glamour story you think you know. This is the side no one talks about, the silent moments behind the spotlight, the hidden emotions behind the perfect smile, and the truth that fans missed. The stage lights glow bright, and the crowd roars louder than ever. Cameras flash endlessly, capturing every move, every smile, every second of perfection. She stands there confident, powerful, untouchable. But in the middle of all that noise there is a quiet story unfolding, one that no stage can hide completely. A story of pressure, expectations, and emotions that run deeper than what the world sees. From the very beginning, her journey looked like a dream. Training for years, sacrificing time, comfort, and normal life just to stand on that stage. Every step forward came with a cost. While fans saw growth, success, and global fame, there were countless nights filled with exhaustion, moments where the weight of expectations felt heavier than anything else. The kind of pressure where even one small mistake becomes a global headline. Imagine being watched every single day, not just for your talent, but for how you look, how you act, how you breathe. Every performance analyzed, every expression questioned, every silence misunderstood. It is a world where perfection is expected and humanity is often forgotten. And in that world, she kept going, pushing harder, smiling brighter, even when things were not easy. There were moments when the criticism got louder than the cheers. Times when the internet turned opinions into storms. Accusations, misunderstandings, and harsh judgments spread faster than the truth. And yet she stood there facing it all with a calm strength that many did not fully understand. What looked like confidence was often resilience. What looked like silence was often self-protection. Behind the scenes, the story becomes even more intense. Long rehearsals that stretch into the night, constant travel that leaves little room to breathe, and the emotional weight of always needing to be at your best. There is a loneliness that comes with that level of fame, a feeling of being surrounded by millions, yet still having moments where you feel completely alone. But here is where the story shifts. Because despite all of that, she never stopped showing up. She never stopped giving her all on stage. She turned pain into performance and pressure into power. Every look, every move, every note carried more than just talent. It carried emotion, it carried strength, it carried a story that words could not fully express. Fans often celebrate the success, the fashion, the iconic moments, but few truly see the quiet battles fought behind the scenes. The discipline it takes to keep going when things get tough. The courage it takes to stay true to yourself when the world is constantly trying to define you. That is where the real story lives. And maybe that is what makes her journey so powerful. Not just the fame, not just the achievements, but the ability to endure, to rise, to keep shining even when things are not perfect. It is a reminder that behind every star there is a human being with feelings, struggles, and a story that deserves to be understood. So the next time you watch her perform, look a little closer. See beyond the glitter and the lights. Notice the strength behind the smile, the emotion behind the eyes, and the story behind every moment on that stage. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. If this opened your eyes even a little, then you already know what to do. Stay with K-Drama Bliss, because we bring you the stories no one else tells, the emotions you did not notice, and the truths hidden behind the spotlight. Subscribe now and be part of the journey where every story hits deeper and every moment means more. The moment you think you understand Jennie is exactly when the deeper truth begins to unfold. Because what comes next is not about fame or success. It is about the moments that almost break you and the strength it takes to rise again when no one is watching. Picture this. The stage is empty now. The lights are off and the noise has faded into silence. The same place that once felt electric now feels still, almost unreal. This is where the real emotions surface. No cameras, no cheering crowd, just thoughts that have been waiting for a moment of quiet. And in that silence, the weight of everything becomes impossible to ignore. There were times when expectations did not just feel high, they felt endless. Every comeback had to be bigger, every performance had to be better, every appearance had to be flawless. The world kept asking for more and more and more. And even when she delivered, it was never enough for some people. That kind of pressure does not just disappear. It stays with you, it follows you, it tests you. Then came moments that fans only saw from the outside. A misstep, a change in energy, a performance that felt different. The internet reacted instantly, turning small moments into major conversations. But what people did not see was what was happening internally. The exhaustion, the emotional drain, the quiet fight to keep going even when everything felt overwhelming. There is a different kind of strength in continuing when you feel misunderstood. In choosing to rise again, even when your efforts are questioned. And that is exactly what she did. Not with loud explanations, not with constant defenses, but with actions. With presence. With persistence. And then something powerful started to happen. The same stage that once carried pressure began to transform into something else. A place of expression. A space where emotions could finally breathe. Every performance started to feel more real, more raw, more connected. Not just perfect, but meaningful. Fans who paid attention began to notice the shift. The way her eyes told a story, the way her movements carried emotion, the way every moment felt intentional. It was no longer just about delivering a performance, it was about sharing a piece of herself in a way that words could never fully capture. But the journey was not linear. There were still ups and downs, still moments of doubt, still times when things felt uncertain. That is what makes it real. Growth is not perfect. Strength is not constant. But showing up again and again, that is what defines true resilience. And through it all, one thing remained clear. She never lost herself. In a world that constantly tries to shape and reshape artists into expectations, she held onto her identity, her style, her presence. That quiet confidence became louder than any criticism. This is the part of the story that people rarely talk about. Not the headlines, not the highlights, but the evolution. The transformation that happens when someone chooses to grow through everything instead of breaking under it. So when you see her now, understand that you are not just watching a global star. You are watching someone who has faced pressure, criticism, and emotional weight, and still chose to stand tall. Someone who turned silent battles into visible strength. And if this story is hitting you right now, then you are exactly where you need to be. Because this is what K-drama Bliss is all about. Real stories, deeper emotions, and moments that stay with you long after the video ends. Hit subscribe and stay close because the next story might just change the way you see everything.